Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Hey there, welcome to Golf Central. I'm Ryan Burr, along with a pair of PGA Tour winners Billy Kratzer and Brian Bateman. Great day of golf at the OHL Mayakoba. Really some fun golf out there with some of the bigger names in the game. Guys like Jim Furyk playing the event for the first time. Some young guys like Aaron Wise, just 20 years of age, the reigning NCAA champion, playing well for a second consecutive week. A lot to be excited about, Billy.
Really is, and if you're Aaron Wise, certainly you want to keep this streak going. You finished top 10 last week. You're playing well again this week. You have a chance to secure your playing privileges on the PGA Tour. This is big for Aaron Wise, so keep the streak going, Ryan. Not a bad image to look at either. Just a beautiful golf course with a great backdrop. I know you played it a bunch of times, Brian. What really stood out to you today?
Well, it's just the entire envelope of this entire setup of this golf course and the resort. Players love it. Very popular. The purse has gone up year after year after year, which shows the popularity of it. And it's just a fun golf course to play. Always in great shape, but the wind is the factor. And to this point, we haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it, which means birdies. If you like birdies, we have him for you. Let's head to the highlights here from round one. The defending champ is Graham McDowell. He actually didn't make a lot of birdies today. He really struggled.
Yeah, and here you can see here, ball below his feet, and he's below the green, trying to just air it out above the fringe, and just does not get it done. It rolls back to his feet. You can see the frustration on his face.
A 4 over 75 for the defending champ. Meanwhile, the aforementioned Aaron Wise
hit 12 of 18 greens today, and guess what? He was 6 for 6 in scrambling and only had 25 putts. He was getting it done around the greens.
6 under 65 as Wise needs back-to-back top 10s to try to play McGladrey next week. Jon Rahm, another former #1 amateur in the world. He's been red hot since turning pro, and that would continue there. That birdie moves him to 1 under par. Rahm still looking to make a move. Here he is, the 5th.
Yeah, dogleg right, par 5. Really a hole that you have to take advantage of, but you have to hit a good tee shot. Once you do, you can be aggressive. And when you putt like Jon Rahm, things are a lot easier.
His 22nd birthday today for Jon Rahm, looking for a great birthday present. His first PGA Tour win this week. Here he is at 6.
And you can get on birdie runs, and this is his 4th birdie in a row, that from 20 feet. And right now, you can tell he's feeling it.
Yeah, give it to him. He's 3 under par after par on 7th. Rahm at 8.
Trying to set up left here, trying to move the ball left to right, and just double crosses it. It comes down pretty far left of the green. Not a very good shot. So now he's well below the green with a pin way over on the right-hand side. Does not hit a very good first chip. Now he hits it onto the green, trying to salvage bogey. And you don't like making 5s on par 3s.
Cruel lip out. He can't believe it. Talking to anyone that would listen, and he falls back to 1 under par. Time now for a Geico save of the day. The 45-year-old Jim Furyk, second hole, the par 3, playing this event for the first time in his career.
Well, he's always been a good bunker player, Ryan, and you can see playing the roll out there, nicely judged.
And stays at even par, does Furyk. Now at the 7th, the par 5, his 3rd.
And this used to be the very first hole of the golf course, Brian, and now it's number 7. Got to take advantage of these par 5s, and Jim Furyk, one of the best wedge players in the world, cashes in perfectly there for a tap-in birdie.
Look out if he gets hot. We all saw it in Hartford when he shot a 58, first ever on the PGA Tour. Camilo Villegas hot as well. This at 18 for birdie to get to 7 under.
Yeah, trying to recapture the magic that he had at the Wyndham just a couple of years ago, and nice putt there for birdie.
So we take a look at the scores, and obviously guys showing the ability to take it low on this golf course. Obviously can't win it on a Thursday, but certainly can play yourself out of position like we saw with Graham McDowell, the defending champ in that 75. Webb Simpson playing well, but the story would have to be the 20-year-old Aaron Wise, who continues to try to find his way to just play next week on the PGA Tour. He spoke with our George Savaricas.
It was kind of crazy. I got off to a pretty standard start and then had a wedge into 3 and hit the pin and came all the way back off the green, which I thought was a really bad break. And then walked over to 4T and made it, and walked over to 5 and hit 2 great shots and made about a 30-footer for eagles. So it was kind of just all the momentum went on my side there, and I was able to keep it bogey-free throughout and have a pretty clean scorecard.
Describe the hole-in-one on 4, what that was like.
You know, all I saw, I knew it was coming in off the left hard because you're going right back into the ocean there, and landed it long left, and it spun back down the hill, and it probably ran for 3 or 4 seconds and eventually caught the edge and went in. It was a pretty cool feeling.
I know you were eagerly watching the end of Shriners to see if you get that top 10 and get a start this week. What did that do for your psyche?
Not much for my psyche, you know. I know I can compete out here, like I said back there. It's just a matter of me getting more comfortable. And as I play more events and see my name up on the leaderboard, I get more and more comfortable each week. And more than anything, that top 10 just gave me one more week here, one more event, one more chance to earn some FedEx Cup points and try to earn a card that way.
Well, we've all heard of the wise owl, but he's the wise eagle. Back-to-back eagles in the first round at the Shriners. We talked about in Vegas, the top 10 had 3 eagles in his first 2 rounds. The ability to make eagle, the ability on the par 5s to be able to get there in 2. And obviously, at 20 years of age, the defending national champion, both for the team and individual from Oregon, just trying to find a place to play. Exemptions on the PGA Tour, he only gets 7. Nothing yet on the web. Made some money last week, but this guy's trying to do it the hard way.
Well, and many players have done it the hard way, Ryan, and he's so tournament savvy, and he knows exactly what he needs to do. But now he's put his name up there. There are going to be tournament sponsors. They're going to look at the name Aaron Wise and go, oh my gosh, here's a champion in college. He's had a great start early in the season, this wraparound season. We want him to play in the tournament. So I look for Aaron Wise not to struggle too much with getting sponsor exemptions and getting those 7 tournaments in. And
Brian, is the NCAA championships, and frankly, Golf Channel has a lot to do with that. The fact that the last couple of years it's been on a live television, national television, and it's been so exciting. But these individual NCAA champions are starting to become household names before they even get to the pro ranks.
Well, these kids now, when they come out of college, they're so prepared. And they're so used to the media. They're used to the attention. And when they come out on the PGA Tour, they're not intimidated. But for someone like Aaron Wise, who really has he can't set his schedule up. He doesn't know where he's going to be able to play. His back's against the wall every week that he gets an opportunity. But every week that he succeeds, like he did last week in Las Vegas, finishing top 10, it gets his confidence more and more. And when he does get his opportunities, he's going to have to take advantage of them. And he's doing it again this week.
Yeah, so far, so good. It is a big week for golf in Mexico, that is for sure, because 1,000 miles away from the OHL Classic at Mayakoba, that's where we find the Lorena Ochoa Invitational on the LPGA Tour in Mexico City. I'm told it's about a 20-hour Uber ride, Brian. Well, I don't want to know how you know that. It's none of my business. Just want to throw that out. So let's get to the highlights there and move on. Michelle Wie, the big Wheezy, looking to continue her better play this fall. Here she is at the 7th.
Well, it looked like a really nicely controlled golf swing. You can see the softness of the greens, that ball pulling up pretty quickly, and then the putt. Since adopting this style, it's been successful. It's just if she can stay injury-free.
And that moves Michelle to 3 under par. Candy Kung, trust us, she's in there, Brian.
Yeah, you can't really see much with the top of her head, but a beautiful bunker shot here. The greens are soft. You can see there's some moisture on the greens. Long bunker shot, tough to judge the distance. She did it perfectly.
Indeed. This is Anna Nordquist now on the par 5-6, her 3rd.
Well, just a wedge in hand. And she's one of those players that can leverage the club very nicely. You can see dragging this shot back, working it down with the slope. That ball winding up just outside 5 feet for birdie. Good shot.
See some moisture in the air in Mexico City. Gabby Lopez now for birdie.
Greens don't have a whole lot of speed to them, so you can be aggressive. Perfect pace there in the back of the hole. Great putt there for Gabby.
So we head to the leaderboard. Exclusive highlights here on Golf Channel. Lorena Ochoa Invitational. Michelle Wie starting to play better golf, starting to figure things out. She really had obviously a disastrous year for her standards, but in the fall she's found something, playing better, and to find her on the first page of the leaderboard, obviously that is a good sign for Michelle Wie. Coming up on Golf Central, the European Tour has reached its big-time moment. Just a couple events left. How did the Race to Dubai leader Henrik Stenson do in South Africa? We'll tell you next.
Golf Central is brought to you by the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Make a difference in your game. Golf Now, millions of tee times, free GPS, and more. Download today.